What's up, my underrated grapefruits? This is Rob from Guy Plays, and today on the Daily Grind, we're going to be talking TennoCon 2019 reveals. Now, as many of you guys know, I am a bit of a betting man, so I like to put all of my reveal predictions out there into the universe ahead of time, so that I can have all of the glory of being right, or all of the shame of being wrong, and I know how much you guys really like to shame me. However, I actually came up with a really different idea on how to address all of this last night, and it just kind of like ate away at my brain. I was like, okay, I gotta go ahead and put out a video. So let me show you what I am working with. Yes, that is right. As the title of the video probably gave you guys a little bit of a hint, we're gonna be doing TennoCon 2019 Reveal Bingo. So as you can see right here, I put all of my predictions into these bingo slots, and as TennoCon gets launched and revealed, and you know, all of the panels go up and then Tenno Live goes on, we'll be able to kind of like check mark through all of the things that we've got going on. Now, one of the things that I do want to point out here is, yes, this is 25 different slots, technically 24 because we do get a free space in the middle, but some of them are repeat slots because, as you can see, I think that they're going to show several different deluxe skin concepts. But one of the things that I want to point out is they only count for one spot apiece. So deluxe skin concept for, you know, X, Y, and Z Warframe, deluxe skin concept for A, B, and C Warframe, or things like deluxe skin in-game renders, so on and so forth. So while there are multiple slots in that, it only counts for one individual piece. So definitely keep that in mind. So what I'm actually going to go ahead and do is I'm going to leave a link to this down in the description box below, where you'll be able to kind of like copy and paste this whole format and put in your own predictions. So I'm really excited, and I hope you guys participate in that. But without ado, let's go ahead and jump on in to the things that I think will be coming. So this is what fills in my slots. So first things first, because DE likes to put them first, we're gonna have a new player bullshit. This is definitely one of my biggest predictions, mainly because of the fact that TennoCon is a big marketing event for DE. This is where they get a lot of buzz drummed up for the year. Now, whether they deliver on it or not is a completely different question, but you know, they get to show all the cool stuff here, and of course, a lot of people are paying attention, including potential new players. So I have a feeling that DE is gonna put out something that polishes the beginning of the game. Maybe it's a new tutorial, maybe it's a new starting quest, but there is going to be some new player bullshit that helps introduce people into the game. Listen, a little splash of it every now and then is not a bad thing, just as long as it's not the only thing that DE focuses on. So moving along, you're actually going to see three spots taken up for this one. I think that we're going to see 3 new weapon bundles. So last year they went ahead and showed off a Corpus bundle, they showed off a Grenier bundle, and I think maybe they showed off a Tenno bundle. I'm not 100% sure, but I am banking on there be 3 new weapon bundles. Now, the way that this works on the bingo list, like I had stated, is there's like a blank line underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'll fill in, all right, Tenno. They showed off a Tenno new bundle. Now, if they only show off 2 bundles, then I've got a dead space that's just sitting there, and that's my own fault because I over-invested in the weapon bundles. Now, continuing on things that I might have over-invested in is we've got 3 slots for deluxe skin in-game renders. I'm very specific about these, and some of your choices should be specific as well because, listen, you don't want to just say content and then just fill in blanks. That's cheating. But as you can see right here, I've got 3 of them available because last year we actually saw a lot of concept art, and we've still gotten more concept art for deluxe skins. So I'm thinking in my head, they must be working on some at least. Now, this is a little bit of a cheat because I know for a fact that, you know, we have the Wukong skin that is pretty much like, I don't think it's polished, but it's definitely an in-game kind of variant that they showed us last time. So I'm banking on them showing that again this year, and then showing at least 2 more in-game renders of deluxe skins. Because as you guys know, we have the Korra Deluxe, we have the Equinox Deluxe, we have that one garbage frame that's absolutely terrible now that I can't even bring my name, bring their name into the conversation in because it makes me puke in my mouth just a little bit. So they've got several deluxe skin concepts kind of floating out there, including that new Garuda Deluxe skin concept. So I'm thinking that there's going to be at least 2 more aside from Wukong that they're going to go ahead and show in-game renders of as well. Now, like I was saying, DE loves a good deluxe skin concept, so I think that they're going to show off 2 deluxe skin concepts this year. Hopefully it'll be for frames that we all love. Maybe we'll, you know, get a new Valkyrie variant. I don't know, maybe a Mirage variant. We'll see. But regardless, there are 2 slots open for Deluxe skin concepts. Now, moving on from that, this is where things get a little bit juicy, because as you guys know, it's about time for us to get another Prime. Now, DE has historically released things in kind of like the release date, like, order, right? However, there have been times in the past where they've jumped around a little bit, but this time around I feel like we're gonna see the next Prime Warframe. They're gonna show that off, and then they're also gonna show off the Prime Warframe after that. So I'm banking on 2 Prime Warframes, or new Prime Warframes, being shown in this. Now, in addition to that, because of the fact that Empyrean is coming up, that's, you know, Railjack is something that they've been pushing for a while, I think that one of those Primes is going to come up with a new Prime Arcwing along with their access kit. So, that's 2 new Prime Warframes and 1 new Prime Arcwing. That's definitely one of my predictions there, so I can't wait to see that in game. Hopefully, I know everybody's cheering for the Elytron, and the Elytron is underrated. I think it's pretty freaking good, but I think everybody wants to see the Itzal, especially after it was threatened so much in one of the previous dev streams. Now, continuing on with all of these new things going on, I think that we're going to see Runner Frame, but more specifically, I think that they're going to show us Runner Frame as well as Runner Frame's abilities, okay? So we've already kind of seen him floating around. The new part is they're going to go more in depth into what Runner Frame can actually do. Now, the next follow-up to go along with Runner Frame, of course, is Thick Frame, right? So I'm thinking in my head that they probably aren't going to go into the abilities as much, but they will give us like a new polished in-game render of Thick Frame. So that's something that I'm definitely banking on. Now, continuing on with all that, I think that they're going to be doing some stuff with operators, but more specifically, they're going to show us operator cosmetics and customizations. A while ago, they did show us the different male operator hairstyles, and I think that they're going to show us like a more polished version of that, as well as maybe some new customizations that come along with it, or maybe some customizations that may come with some new tile sets. I don't know, but we'll discuss that later on in my list. Next thing that I wanted to touch on was the fact that DE did reach out a while ago asking for ideas for new pets, specifically new Kavats. So I think that we will be seeing a new pet slash companion, at least in the art panel, where they're going to go ahead and show us concepts of that or talk about their abilities a little bit. So a new pet, I think, is definitely on the horizon. Moving along from that is another thing that we haven't heard of in quite a while, which is Melee 3.0. But I didn't want to do a broad overarching, it's just going to be Melee 3.0. I think that they're going to go and show us the Melee 3.0 channeling system. I think that they're going to feed into that and show us some of the flashiness, because let's be real, because of the fact that TennoCon is like a really big marketing event for them, they want to show something really bright and flashy, and, you know, supercharged melee combat is definitely going to draw in a little bit of a crowd. Now, of course, here's something that's coming up. We're getting into the trailer portion of everything. I believe that they will be giving us Nightwave Season 2. We're going to get a little bit of a glimpse of that, maybe some talk about Helmuth, but it's really going to be focused on the new Nightwave Season 2, and they're going to give us some sort of trailer with Nora, because we love Nora. And as you guys know, in the wars to come, I'm sure, hopefully, we'll be losing the Lotus, so we need a new narrator. So here comes Nora stepping in with Nightwave Season 2 to kind of fill that emptiness. Now, moving into some more larger topics, is I think that they're going to show us Railjack. But more specifically, it's not just going to be Railjack on my block. I think that they're going to show us Railjack customization. They're going to talk about the weapons that will be on the ship. They're going to be talking about some of the modularness of the ship, like being able to maybe put in thrusters that make us faster, maybe give us better offensive capabilities, maybe defensive capabilities, all of that kind of stuff. So it's not just Railjack, but I think it's going to be Railjack customization. Maybe even Railjack IKEA frame, which makes me want to puke in my mouth just a little bit. But listen, it is what it is. I'm banking on Railjack customization. Now, to go along with Railjack, because I feel like the two tie in. I don't know if you guys feel the same way that I do. I think that they are intrinsically linked. But we have the new war. But I think what they're going to do is they're going to give us a new war trailer, which is going to be a little bit more cinematic. It'll have a little bit more voice acting in it, and it'll give us some more background of some of the things that are to come. It's going to really make the sentient threat a bit more looming and bigger. So I'm banking on a new war trailer, because, you know, they haven't sent it this way yet. And to go along with the new war trailer, I'm almost thinking in my head that there's got to be some sort of demo of, or some sort of gameplay to kind of show off. And I think that they're going to tease a new boss fight / introduce a new villain. Whether it's Lotus as the epic villainess now that's gonna kind of loom over everything, along with, you know, Space Grandmama. But I think that they're gonna introduce that as maybe a potential boss fight, or maybe just a potential new villain. So I think there's gonna be new boss stuff coming along there. Now, tying in with the new war, the new boss fight, and Railjack, I think that we're gonna get our first glimpse of the Plains of Javiri. I have said this over and over and over again, and to be honest with you, I'm tired of hearing myself say this, because I'm tired of not seeing it. But I've always said many times in the past that DE's always got something hiding up their sleeves. They've always got something at these TennoCon events that they're kind of holding back from us. And I think it's going to be the Plains of Javiri. I think the Plains of Javiri is something that we're going to be able to take a look at, and they might even demo a little bit to show us through the landscape of it. If not, at the very least, they'll show us the Plains of Javiri through concept art. So that's something I'm putting up there. Now, we're getting close to the end of my list, and this one is a fucking Hail Mary, okay? I feel like there's going to be a lot of people, and this is going to be very, what's the word I'm going to say, divisive. But I think that because of the fact that literally it's been a year since they showed New War, and New War hasn't released. It's been a year since they showed off Railjack, and Railjack hasn't been released. I think that DE is going to swing for the fences, and they're going to tease another Umbra. Okay, I'm just putting it out there. Don't be mad at me. I mean, like, let's not get into fights in the comment section about which Umbra it's going to be. I'm just saying that I feel like there's going to be an implication of a new Umbra. I'm just saying. But that one is a little bit more far-fetched, because I don't really see how they would fit that into the rest of this. Like, I get how Railjack fits in with New War, with the new boss, and the Plains of Javiri. That all makes sense. I don't know where New Umbra Warframe would fit into this, but I think DE is going to swing for the fences, because, to be honest, you know, it's been a while since they really, like, went in on a release. So the last one is a little bit of a BS one. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a bonus list of other things that could also go onto your bingo cards. But Steve getting excited over lighting ore particles. You know it's going to happen. You know it's there, and I'm betting on it. I'm going to bet that there's a segment where he just talks about, take a look at the environment. It's so beautiful. We were working on these emissives and the light flares. I know that's a thing. I know it's going to happen. He's a presentator. And you know he's going to be a proud daddy over that. Now, continuing along with these, so those are the ones that are all going to go on my bingo card. But here's a couple suggestions for you guys that you can add onto your bingo cards. And if you have any additional suggestions, leave them down in the comments below as your own predictions. But here's a bonus. I think that they're going to show off meme merchandise. There is going to be some Clem merch, or there's going to be some Floofs merch that they're going to tease. And a part of me in my heart and soul fucking feels like this really should be on the list, because god damn it, you know they're going to go in with those Floof fluffs, okay? But meme merchandise is definitely a bonus square that you guys could do. This one is a little snarky. I don't mean to be a bitch, but side game bullshit that has nothing to do with the main game. We've seen it in Frame Fighter, we've seen it with Flappy Zephyr, we've seen it with Wormius. I have a feeling like they might tease us with some bullshit that just really does not affect the main game whatsoever. They've done it at previous TennoCons, so I wouldn't put it past them to do it again this year. Number 3, DE making jabs at endgame. I can feel it in my bones. You know it's gonna happen at Tenno Live at some point. I can't name who it's gonna be. It could be Steve, it could be Scott, but it's gonna be one of the two of them. I can feel it. Number 4, Scott looking completely uninterested in what's being discussed. You've seen the looks. You've seen the blank face. Listen, I love Scott. I always want to give him a hug, but you damn well know that you've seen it before. You've been there. Number 5, this one's a pretty big one, and you know the other ones are a little bit bullshitty, but number 5, return of raids. They might go ahead and pull that out from under our sleeves because I know a lot of people have been wanting it for a while, and they did say that they had a couple people looking into it and playing around with it, so you never know. Return of raids might be something that you can put in one of your squares. Now, the next one, I want to give you guys 2 boxes for this, aka if you get this, you can kind of merge 2 cells together for this next one. If they show off the motherfucking Hydroid Prime trailer, I definitely believe that you should get a duo of squares, okay? Hydroid Prime trailer, if they deliver that, duo of squares. I'm into it. Next up, another duo of squares. If they show a completed Zephyr Deluxe concept, like 100% complete, it actually looks like something that could make it in the game. That is another duo of boxes, okay? So if you want that to take up 2 spots in your little bingo square, you could go ahead and do that. And then last but not least is if they have a Zephyr Deluxe in-game render. That's 4 boxes. That's a quad. You get a full-on motherfucking quad if you get a Zephyr Deluxe in-game render. I'm awarding extra boxes just in case. I'm just saying, because those things are a little too far-fetched for me. But listen, that's what that is. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bingo thing one more time so that you guys get an idea of how this works. As you can see, Deluxe skin in-game render. We've got an empty slot there. There's a little free space. There's a Railjack customization, new War Trailer 2.0. So the way that I want to judge this is of course just for fun. But, you know, if you get your lines, maybe you could even kind of like arrange things in such a way where you can get your lines in. I want to see this tweeted out on social media a couple days before, and then you can respond to it afterwards and show how far that you got on it, because I'm definitely going to be doing that. I just feel like this is a part of my soul. Now, again, I hold the right to edit this at any point in time before TennoCon, before I officially tweet it out as my like official card. But yeah, so keep that in mind. This is how I'm playing with it. I'm gonna go ahead and leave a link down in the description box below where you'll be able to get the format. You don't need to, you won't be able to edit it or anything, but you should be able to like copy and paste it and all of that kind of stuff into your own doc or whatever. But regardless, let me know if there are any other predictions that you guys think should be included on this list, any bonuses that you think other people should go ahead and put onto theirs. Toss all of that in the comments below. And as always, my underrated little grapefruits, because listen, I love me a good little grapefruit with a little bit of like fake sugar sprinkled on top. Just a little bit. So good, so delicious. But that's it for me for now. And as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.